All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, Giants Nation, with another free agent film breakdown. This time, Greg Newsome, the former first-round cornerback by the Browns. He was traded last year mid-season to the Jags, and basically a pick swap and a player swap for Tyson Campbell. His career has not been great over the last few years, right? There's a reason why the Browns were willing to move off of him for not a lot. What he is I think when he's aggressive, like he's talented, right? Like there's a reason why he went in the first round. Is that like he is talented, right? He's got athletic ability, but just down the field, man, he lacks confidence, it lacks the ball skills, and it's just I feel like teams have looked to expose that consistently when they face him now. And the stuff in the short area of the field is not elite. It's good, but it's not elite. So let's get into it. Again, please like and subscribe. That's what keeps these film breakdowns going. And let's get into it. So we're going to start with again what he's strong at. So he's up top here. It is pouncing on these. So what the defense is they're going to inverted cover two, right? So we're going to work out here, and then we're going to have a deep half here, which means we're going to go flat, curl hook, and they're going to send 5. And then so he's got to play this flat area, right? This flat area. The receiver is going to run this in route. Right, we're going to get really aggressive on it, right? We know we've got the flat. Let's play aggressive. Fights that inside leverage. Riley Leonard forces the ball. Interception. And I messed up that rotation. This safety is bailing the half, and then he's working the half. But regardless, this is cover 2, right? We got our Tampa player 2 deep, and then our 4 guys underneath. So I got a little bit of that wrong to start off, but hey. Just aggressive, right? Reading what it's doing, playing on the break of the route with the quarterback, get underneath it, play the ball, interception. Good stuff, right? Here. And you notice it's when there's not much of a threat of deep, right? So you're going to see a lot of these best plays are backed up in his end zone. So we're up top here. We've got a zone coverage. Right, they're going to use a spacing concept, and we're going to break this pass up. Right, you're going to put Tyler Warren on this sit route, and he's going to see that, understand I'm not worrying about a vertical threat, pounce on it, right? Riley Leonard's got his eyes on it, but he hasn't gotten into his backswing yet. When we're jumping on that, reach around with your left hand, locate the ball, pop it out, good play. Some of these other plays where he's not targeted are good here, right? Down bottom here. Right, we're going to get that in route again. Going to get aggressive with it. Right, when he knows he's got a blitz, right? So the Jags are running a cover 0 blitz. They are blitzing all out, which means he knows the ball is going to come out quick. So instead of him being, overly patient, we're going to get aggressive in this. We're going to read and then beat our receiver to the spot. Right, we want to beat him to the spot. And if this ball was coming out quick, right, if this ball was coming towards being thrown to number 2, he's going to undercut that, right? That's what he's going to do. When it's not that, you see him adjust, right? Instead of trying to get over the top, you don't want to be that. Let's adjust, and let's get into the hip, into the trail position, right? So ball doesn't end up coming that way, but that's really good coverage by Greg Newsome. Here, down here at the bottom, outside leverage and off coverage. You do get the target on this, you don't get the target on this one. We've got the out route. Receiver Rashad Bateman does a bad job of selling it. All right, so he's veering outside into an out-breaking route against this outside leverage. He sees it, break on it. Bam, if that ball came out there, Greg Newsome's going to make a play. Doesn't get the target, doesn't matter. Here, again, off with inside leverage. Playing a little too off, and we're getting a little in our back pedal. But you see that ability to explode and pounce on that, and then the ball ends up getting thrown off. That might be a catch. That might be a bang-bang play, but good stuff. Here down at the bottom, backed up at the goal line. Right, this one I believe is a whip route. Right, stays square. Right, doesn't allow this release by Zay Flowers to influence him. Stay square, attack, get hands on him. He pivots back out. We're here. Next play, down the goal line here up top. Stay square, read the hips, turn, run. Solid coverage. But now you're going to see where the struggles happen. So we're up top here, and you're going to say, this is good, Bobby. We're not going to get the target here. We got this deep slant. That is good, correct? Right? Maybe backpedaling a little too much. But we've got this slant. We break on the ball. It's deep. Like if this ball comes out, we're there. And Lamar doesn't throw it. Now Lamar goes and does what he does well, which is create. And we give up the touchdown down the field. Right? We're in position. Find the ball. Locate and find the ball. Instead, DeAndre Hopkins getting us for 6. And there's just, you know, as you're going to see with this play here, there is just a lack of confidence down the field with him. Meaning that he does not want to get beat over the top. Right? And we're, talking about the ball skills. And we've seen this, as Giants fans, there's a guy like Deonte Banks where the fear of getting beat over the top allows receivers to run any route that they want consistently against you. And when those teams attack, you actually throw that ball, you're so worried about getting in the right position that you're not turning your head and making a play on the football that you could be in good position, yet you're not, they're getting a big catch on you. So, hey, we're not in a great spot against a dig route here, right? We're off an outside leverage. But you got to know that, right? Instead, we are not trying to create a good balance between this receiver, right? Instead of trying to play this, being a little more patient, let him get in there. Let him dictate exactly what he's doing, right? You want to be here, right? You want to keep your outside leverage and play from off, but you could play here. And then that way on these in cuts, you can either undercut, you're right over the top and you're making that a harder throw for the quarterback. Instead, like obviously we got the help of the underneath, but this is a hole. And we're giving up that play, right? We're just playing that too passively. Next play, down here at the bottom, no target on this one, man coverage. I mean, we just get totally turned around. Right? You're cheating with that inside leverage, and there's a worry of getting beat over the top. We are at 5 yards of separation. You should not be turning your hips and bailing like this in man coverage. I mean, he has an easy win now with any route except for a go ball. Except for a go ball, he has an easy win. Right? This is not even a good route by Bateman. Bateman telegraphs it, right? You want to break an in route? There's no sell. I mean, he runs into it, leans into it, doesn't sell, no foot jabs, nothing. And he's got all this separation. Here on the Jags versus the Colts, outside leverage. You've got deep help. Let me watch, see the play. Catch the Michael Pittman. Know where your help is, right? You got the deep help, right? You see that this player is running vertically. He's not coming on a crosser that the safety is going to take away. So that's there. Why are we protecting so much vertically and running straight up the hash? You know that a crosser is coming here. And if it's going to stay a post, well, then, you're funneling that into the safety. Get aggressive on this. Instead, just a nice, easy chunk play for a rookie quarterback and Riley Leonard to Michael Pittman. Here up top, Alec Pierce. Right? This play, not bad coverage. Right? You get this vertical down here at the goal line, less space. Or in the red zone. Eyes on the quarterback. Right? This is a good spot to be in. We're playing it. Locate that football, right? Go. You are in a good spot. You're feeling the receiver with your body. Find that football. Instead, we now put all of our focus on Alec Pierce, turning our head and looking at him and waiting to work off his movement. He flashes late hands. You're not able to make the play on that. I mean, that could be a pass breakup interception. Instead, you're getting beat for a big play. Here, we're lined up here against the Giants. The Giants are going to put Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. All right, we got man coverage on this. Or sorry, like a 3 deep, fire zone or whatever this ends up being. We don't need to bail at this point. Keep your cushion. We're just get totally turned around. Right? No feel for the receiver. We're looking at the sideline while he's breaking in. This play ends up getting broken, so Wan'Dale doesn't continue it. But that stuff has just shown up consistently for Greg Newsome on film. He's played a little bit of nickel in his career, right? Recently, he played only outside for Jacksonville. Went in and out between Cleveland. I know people in Cleveland liked him better on the outside. So what I did is I went and watched a full game of him playing the nickel in this last year against the Giants. So we get some familiarity, and then you get to relive a nice win for the Giants while also watching him at nickel. So let's go through it. This is chronological. This is not like this specific type of route or whatever. Let's just chronological through this game. So first play, we're going to be in zone coverage. Right, we're playing. This is our zone right here. And then you're going to get Wan'Dale on this in route. All right, so let's play it out. Again, you're going to notice, and this is where I think he's struggled and people have may figure him out a little bit, is he does not maintain his leverage. Right, we're cheating inside. Protect the inside. Right, your job is to protect the inside. Then protect the inside. He breaks inside. Work onto this football. Move. Get in the way. Instead, there's just an acceptance of, hey, I'm playing this zone. In reality, it's man coverage that disguises zone coverage pre-snap. Just okay, accepting it. Wan'Dale beats us to the inside, makes a nice catch, and gets himself a chunk play. Here against Wan'Dale Robinson again. This one is just a missed tackle. Out into the flat. That catch is, fine to give up. But you got to make the tackle on a 3rd and short. Again, 3rd and short. Go up. Make that tackle. Doesn't make that tackle. Next play. Here against Wan'Dale Robinson again. Playing against the slant. No target on this one. But you're going to see this, man. He has outside leverage, right? He's got the cheating outside leverage, right? So his line is outside. You don't need to get more outside leverage by their route. So like for them to break that in breaker, you're going to see Wan'Dale, right? He's going to sell outside. Right, but what happens is Newsome widens with that, which gives him, Wan'Dale, that inside track to win on this slant. When the reality is when you're cheating outside leverage, if he's going to, sell that he's going to work something outside or try and work something outside, stay disciplined. Make him go through you. Instead, what you do is you just create more space for him to go inside. All right, and we're going to see that later in the game. In this one, against Malik Neighbors, you see that happen. Here against Malik Neighbors. Got to get hands on him. Gets beat. Daniel Jones overthrow. Once again, cheating outside leverage. That foot jab slows him down. You want to get hands on him, right? Not able to get that hand on him. You're left swinging. And then you run behind. Then Brian Dable gets so mad that Daniel Jones overthrows this. He says, run the same exact play again. Good job by Newsome on this one. Right? Get hands on him and make a play on that football. Right? We don't, this little foot jab here doesn't pull us inside, right? We maintain our outside leverage, make them to go out through us. We're there, we're disciplined. Great coverage. Malik Neighbors has a chance to make a nice play on the ball. Not able to. Newsome's able to pop that ball out. Awesome. Celebrate it. You deserve it. Here against Wan'Dale Robinson on this deep, bender. Luckily doesn't, get thrown there. No hands on him, nothing. Now we're in this trail technique. He slows down, accelerates, burns you. And then these last two plays here against Malik Neighbors on this slant. This one is not so bad, but it's the same concept. Once again, we're giving you that outside leverage. So Neighbors is going to sell outside, right? We're going to sell outside, and we just make it easy. We backpedal, we work outside, and then you give them this go. Where in reality is, if you just stay patient here and don't stress so much about getting beat over the top, right? Stay patient with your outside leverage, that if he's going to go outside, he's got to go through you. And if he breaks inside, you're in a better position. Instead, you just make it easy. And then we're going to do the same thing to finish it off here against Wan'Dale Robinson. Right? Same thing. I mean, they found their target in this game. Right? It's not heavy cheating outside leverage, but it is outside leverage. So, sell up, sell out and up. That's going to pull him up and out. Gives you the inside go. Wan'Dale's not able to make that catch. So, again, he's a flawed player. The contract is cheap. It is a prove-it deal. $3 million. They could get up to what? $8 million. So, prove it. He's extremely talented. He's a talented player. There's a reason he went in the first round. But he's going to make it fit, and he's going to play with a higher IQ to thrive in this Denard Wilson defense. I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Until then, let's go Big Blue.